Hello and thank you for joining us on Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines recently. I am Mark Otabo. Federal government rejects claims of Christian genocide as Trump plans to hit targets in Nigeria. And later on the show, we take a look at Anambra governorship election, evaluating the outcome and INEC's performance. All the details at the moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. Nigeria has indicated that it would welcome assistance from the United States in its fight against armed groups, but emphasized that any cooperation must respect a country's territorial integrity. The statement comes in response to comments by U.S. President Donald Trump, who has threatened possible military intervention in Nigeria over what he described as the persecution of Christians. Trump, who said he had instructed his administration to prepare for potential fast military action in Africa's most populous nation, reiterated that a range of military options was under consideration. When pressed by reporters on whether that could involve deploying American troops or launching airstrikes, the president responded that a lot of things were being considered. Now, joining us more for this discussion on this is, of course, Executive Director, Center for Public Accountability, is right here in the studio with me, Mr. Olufemi Lawson. Good to have you on the show.
Good evening, Mark. Thank you for having me.
It's indeed a pleasure having you this evening. Let's take a go at some of these issues that has been trending for a while. And it appears that the conversation with regards to Trump's statement has made viral rounds, and it has actually split a lot of conversations on social media. Now, would foreign involvement improve Nigeria's security situation, or would it further escalate it from your standpoint?
Well, thank you. From my standpoint, it is not going to be in any way of any positive effect. And I sincerely want to sympathize with those who are excited and have been clapping since the US president made that statement, because they may likely not be familiar so much with the foreign policies of the United States. And for those of us who are familiar a bit, and for those who remember history, this is not strange. It's a familiar playbook of the American government. Whenever it has interest beyond what it is calling security or protection of human rights in a particular place, it comes up with this kind of claims, and you begin to see situations emerging to the extent that the U.S. become to get involved in the politics of such country. And we're all here when United States supported the insurrection in Libya, all under the guise of trying to protect the right of Libyan citizens. We are still here today as living witnesses to what Libya has become. Yeah. We were all here when America moved into Afghanistan to dethrone the Taliban regime. Yeah. Today, the same U.S. has voluntarily left the same Afghanistan
and the Taliban
to be ruled by the same Taliban regime. So everywhere United States has stepped its foot, it must be for reasons beyond trying to protect the right of... The truth is that we are challenged as a country as far as security is concerned, both what is expected for any sincere nation, including superpowers like America, is how to work with the government of Nigeria, especially such that is showing determination, like the current administration, to tackle this insurgency and insecurities, not by proposing that you're going to stamp your boots on the soil of Nigeria and you think that is the way to stamp out. It is this same government of the United States, if you remember, that a serving congressman few months ago alleged to have been funding terrorism globally, including in places like Nigeria, where funds belonging to USAID has been used to fund Boko Haram. So nobody is probing that as we speak. The government of the United States is neither denying or that claim.
And they're not even in any position.
So if a country that has been alleged of funding terrorism in your country is not claiming to be willing to come and fight, then you must be conscious enough to know that this is beyond what you should clap or cheer at, if you really know what the government of the U.S. is up to, particularly under Donald Trump.
Yes, I totally understand your point. Now, it appears you are strictly saying, look, we should find other ways to settle this other than you coming straight on to come and help us tackle it. But you would agree that the situation in Nigeria currently is pissing off a lot of Nigerians. For how long we've been on this trajectory, and we've been budgeting monies upon monies for military intervention, but yet it doesn't seem like it's yielding any result. So don't you think Donald Trump's statement was more like a sigh of relief? Maybe let's try something new. And that was why people felt excited about the idea, since the people here feel, you know, very lackadaisical about handling it. How about we have some foreign hands to come assist us? Well,
like I said in the initial, I've never been opposed to countries like Nigeria, you know, seeking assistance from superpower, from countries that have the capacity to support your war against insurgency in any form in your country. And I think the only little excitement I have about the conversations that have been generated by that proposal by the U.S. president is the fact that this will naturally, you know, motivate our government to do the right. Nigerians are insecure. Today, virtually every part of our countries are facing one secret challenge. Only a few days, I was just reading in the news this evening, only yesterday, these criminal elements referred to as bandits, who are terrorists in the real sense, invaded communities in Sokoto State, abducted women, killed worshippers in their mosque. Only a few days ago, they invaded a custom base in Kebbi, you know, burnt it down. Only a few days ago, a federal lawmaker was attacked in Kwara by this same criminal element. So every part of the country, there's one security challenge or the other. And the government has a duty, that being the primary responsibility of state, to protect Nigerians, to increase its effort. And that is one benefit I think we must take, or one advantage that we must take from this position of the US president as far as what should be done is concerned. We have not been doing enough as a country. Good. The current administration inherited a very terrible situation. We must all agree. But the president, like he has personally admitted, was not elected to come and, you know, make excuses.
True.
He has been elected to come and address the situation, and he must be willing to go all out, irrespective of who is involved, including those within the government, to ensure that it tackles this menace head on.
Okay, let's look at a statement from the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. He said the president should give momentum to the service chiefs. Give them 100 days, 90 days to see if they can actually round this off, and fire them if they don't meet up expectations. And he further went to say that those who are advising the president do not like him. Where do you stand in this?
Well, it's Pastor Adeboye is a notable Nigerian, very respected Nigerian, and he has been at the forefront of issues that have to do with our national interest. But I see it beyond hiring and firing service chiefs.
Okay.
If you look at the problem facing us, a lot of factors are involved, including the role of external influences.
We're talking about firing. He says more like a KPI. Let's see what you have done within this span of time. Telling Trump to delay with 100 days.
The service chiefs will not achieve this alone. Like I said, there are elements within government who are not even serving in the military or the armed forces that are supporting this, these terrorist groups. There are people who are frustrating the effort of the military who are not even within. So beyond, encouraging or giving, ultimatum to service chiefs or military heads to tackle this menace within the, we must also be looking at the war through intelligence gathering, through other factors.
Before we go for the
that next, is beyond the warfare being fought by the military.
Before we go for the next topic, just recently 150 DSS officers were laid off. Do you think this is also part of the cleansing that we're looking at?
No, it's not impossible. There are a lot of internal saboteurs. There was a president in this country, precisely President Jonathan, who claimed there are Boko Haram elements within his government.
Okay.
So it is not alien, and it is not impossible that within this government there will be people who will be sabotaging efforts to tackle that because they are profiting from it. There are also people outside the government, within the communities, that are aiding these insurgent groups. So we must be willing to deal with all these factors wholesomely in order to achieve and end to this very terrible situation we find ourselves.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll go on a quick break now, and of course, music continues in a moment. Stay with us.